What's going on, guys? It's the Crypto Lark here. Today we are going to be talking about all the Bitcoin news from all around the world, talking about what's going on in Japan, what's going on in Russia, what you can buy with Bitcoin these days, and of course what is going on with Bitcoin Gold. Now we're not talking about Bitcoin 2x today. We have plenty of time coming up to discuss such things, so we're going to leave 2x for maybe next week. Now before we get into all of that fun stuff, quick shout out to everyone who has been hitting that like button, and of course everyone who is subscribing down below to the channel. Guys, are you subscribed yet? Subscribe down below, guys. And of course a big shout out to AJKw, who is the newest patron over on Patreon. If you'd like to support me over there as well, I got links for that down below. And of course you can follow me along on steemit.com at LarkSongbird as well. Quick disclaimer too, this is not professional financial advice, guys. This is just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. Let's get into it. So, Bitcoin, $4,812 today, and some change. Amazing, amazing. That is, of course, just at the time of recording this video. Where it's going to go from here, I feel like the road to 5,000 is quite open, and I feel like we're probably going to see a new all-time high coming up in the next few days. So, keep your eyes open, guys. Keep your eyes open. How good was that dip a few weeks ago, by the way? Holy cow. Thanks, China. Thanks, China. We love you. Now, the amazing thing is that now the market cap is $80 billion. You know, 44 million shy, whatever. Let's call it $80 billion market cap right now. Holy cow. Currently, Bitcoin is about 53% or something of the entire cryptocurrency market. Wowzers. Absolutely wowzers, guys. That is, of course, absolutely huge. The alt market's about 72 billion at the moment, falling slightly. There's been some recovery around different coins, but you can see there's a lot of money moving into Bitcoin right now. Especially everyone's trying to get in there, get stocked up on their Bitcoin before the fork coins come in. Of course, the real prescient minds would have been getting that again, thanks to China, when the prices were low a few weeks ago. Obviously, you know, China, it caused a lot of fear in the markets, but Bitcoin, man, just doesn't care. Just doesn't care. Bitcoin's like, oh, that's nice, China. We'll see you next time. Boom, straight back up. I really feel like we're going to be reaching a new all-time high here in a few days. So stay tuned to the Bitcoin space, guys. You know, how high is it going to go before the forks happen? The sky's the limit with Bitcoin. And you know, any speculations we throw out always seem to never be enough. But definitely going over 5,000, so keep an eye on it. Now, of course, because of China, Japan would also like to say thank you very much, China, because a lot of ICOs are trying to go to Japan now. This is an article that talks about how Japanese exchanges are getting hundreds of calls a day from different Chinese ICOs, and probably Korean ICOs now too, who are looking to launch their projects but can't do it in their home countries. How about that? How about that? Oh, and look here, by the way, this is a Japanese race car driver in a Bitcoin car. Holy cow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I do like this this Bitcoin car. It looks pretty slick, actually. Nice Bitcoin uniform as well here on the race car driver. That's pretty cool. Now look, obviously Japan is becoming has always been, and is really just filling in that vacuum with demand for what China left behind. The Japanese are buying up Bitcoin. Of course, the Koreans have massive demand for Bitcoin as well. But Japan is really the forerunner here. And I'm so happy that, you know, the news came out a few weeks ago, and we've talked about this already on this channel, but worth reiterating now since we're talking about Japan, that we have two big Japanese companies, GMO and DMM, that are both going to be getting involved heavily into Bitcoin mining next year. Obviously, the decentralization of Bitcoin mining out of China is finally happening. Something like 60% of the hashing power is located in China right now, so it's going to be really, really nice to see that move out of there and, you know, go to Russia, move to the States, go to Japan, and really just spread around the world, because it's absolutely time that it happened. It was far too centralized in China for far too long. So really great to see that going on, of course. And this is some really nice little news as well for all of the Japanese crypto miners. Japanese renewable energy company provider offers low flat rate electricity for crypto miners. That is forward thinking. I like it, Japan. Keep it classy. Keep it classy. That's amazing. Moving on, over in Crimea. Two city council IT workers have been fired for mining Bitcoin at work. Now, previously we saw a similar story to this coming out of Kiev, where some guys were fired for using a disused swimming pool, I think it was, for mining Bitcoin. We're going to see more stories like this. There's a lot of disused or underused buildings around Eastern Europe that are, still being powered. So these guys step in and see that nice opportunity. So unfortunate for those guys, but hey, I hope they got a few Bitcoin in, and if they did, sweet for them. No problem being fired from your job. Bitcoin ATMs are on the rise in Russia. Now, we did cover a story recently about the 10 that are going to be going into Novosibirsk, which is one of the third biggest city in Russia, if I'm not mistaken, after, of course, Moscow and St. Petersburg, and 100 Bitcoin ATMs to be installed in Moscow, hotels, airports, starting from this month. Again, Russia's really going forward with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. That being said, there is still some disagreement at the top about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. Obviously, they're really into blockchain. They're really into the whole idea of this technology. I think the central bank is just worried about not controlling the money flow, which most central banks seem to obviously be very concerned about, and that's what we've seen a lot around the world. That's what we've seen with Malaysia recently, where they've been talking about, hey, maybe we're going to ban Bitcoin by the end of the year. They still haven't decided, of course. It's still up in the air what's going to go on with Malaysia. Some countries are just coming out way ahead and, kicking butt. Countries like Finland, countries like Austria, Vietnam, ahead of the game. Japan, ahead of the game. So I really hope that by the time all the heads finish rolling here in this battle between the central bank and the finance ministry and the oligarchy and the political elite and all this stuff around cryptocurrencies, that cryptocurrencies will come out on top. Nevertheless, Russia's central bank is pushing for the crypto ruble, or the bit ruble, moving forward. Be interesting to see if that happens or not. Not really sure how I feel about these national cryptocurrencies. I suppose they could have some kind of use, but it kind of goes against what cryptocurrencies are all about in the first place. If you would like to become a citizen of Vanuatu, and hey, who doesn't want to become a citizen of Vanuatu? Nice beaches. They got nice beaches, but you can do it for 44 Bitcoin now. Only 44 Bitcoin. You can become a citizen of Vanuatu. Now they've got a nice package here where you can just buy in. Great. I love countries like that. Just pay us the money and you can become a citizen. Fantastic. That's pretty cheap. It's nice to see them actually accepting Bitcoin for that, though. I think that is a country first, without a doubt, to, hey, you want to buy citizenship? We'll take Bitcoin for that. Good on you, Vanuatu. I like it. Over in Switzerland, the Lucerne University of Applied Sciences and Arts is accepting Bitcoin. Fantastic. If you'd like to pay for your tuition now in Switzerland at that particular university, you can do it in BTC. I like it. Very forward thinking to accept that. This dude over in the Netherlands has sold it all. He's going big and going long on Bitcoin. Holy cow. Sold the house, sold the car, sold the children's toys. That's brutal, man. He sold the kids' toys. And now he's living on a campsite waiting for the crypto boom to happen. That is that's bold, man. That's bold. I hope you bought in the dip. Brother. Holy cow. That's crazy. And of course, final news for the day. Of course, we have to talk about all the forking that's going on over here in Bitcoin land. Obviously, Bitcoin Cash, has seen some pretty good run in the market. How much of a run that's going to see going forward really hard to say. Bitcoin Gold is coming out. And look, everyone's talking about Bitcoin Gold. And I don't know, maybe I'll do a full Bitcoin Gold video, but I'm not sure I need to. There's so many videos already floating around YouTube about Bitcoin Gold. So we're just going to talk a little bit about it here. I know I mentioned it in last week's Bitcoin video as well. But the big news, the big things to keep an eye out for, Bitcoin Gold is a pretty simple project. They want to switch the centralization of Bitcoin mining from ASIC manufacturers to GPU manufacturers. Because if you really take it to the end, that's the only thing they're doing. Obviously, NVIDIA and AMD will continue to profit massively, especially if Bitcoin Gold were to take off, which I highly doubt. That being said, there is going to be a huge shift in mining power away from Ethereum. Look, that's already underway. Ethereum has become very unprofitable to mine by this point, you know, unless you've already sort of well paid it off and you're just kind of chilling on it. But even then, why wouldn't you mine a different GPU mineable coin? Because there's a lot more that are, you know, more profitable than Ethereum to mine at the moment. Certainly, Bitcoin Gold might absorb a bit of that power, but I don't see it getting a huge amount of it in the long run. So we'll have to keep an eye on that situation, but I don't see Bitcoin Gold as some kind of interesting revolution or great value adding coin. I don't think it's got huge community support, to be honest. I know they're obviously Jack Liao's ASIC Lightning Corp in Hong Kong. Yeah, they've got some people supporting it, but you know, people aren't really excited about it. People just want to get the free coin and cash it out, I think. And obviously there's still a lot of problems with Bitcoin Gold going forward, like you know, replay protection and stuff like that. That's, you know, not being able to double spend the coins and things like this. So I don't know. I just don't see it really going anywhere. It's going to be basically an airdrop like situation. You're going to get your coin. A lot of people are just going to cash it out immediately and be done with it. I think we'll see a nice little spike on it, and then goodbye, Bitcoin Gold. Goodbye. I think so many companies are so heavily invested in Bitcoin, and the thing is, it's not taking the name. I've seen estimates that the branding alone of the name Bitcoin is worth, like, God, what was that? Some stupid number, like $3 trillion or something, if it were, you know, valued as a, you know, asset in such a way. That is huge. That is huge. So many people know about Bitcoin, and that, you know, I don't know where they come up with such a metric. And, you know, I'm just quoting a random number I saw on the internet here, guys. But the point being is that SegWit2x, being listed as B2X over on Bitfinex, Coinbase hasn't decided what they're going to call it yet. Not many other companies have come out saying much of anything about it. SegWit2x is where we should really be focusing our attention moving forward. Bitcoin Gold, it's a distraction. It's another money grab by people who realize they could split the chain, make a bucket load of money, get out. It's disappointing. I don't like seeing this go on. It's unnecessary. Yeah, we're all going to get a little bit of free money. That's cool. But there's only one Bitcoin, guys, as it says. It's going to keep moving forward. It's keeping the name. Now, the long-term discussion, whether or not SegWit1 or SegWit2x gets to keep the name Bitcoin, because that's where the real battle comes in. If the coin is called B2X, who the hell's going to get on that? Wait, I don't want Bitcoin. No, you want this B2X now. Why is it B2X? I want Bitcoin. But it's B2X. I don't want B2X, but buy somebody some Bitcoin. I know it's really simple, but it's effective. Name is so damn important. The Bitcoin brand is gigantic, as of course you can imagine, guys. So, yeah. That's all I'm going to say about Bitcoin Gold for right now. Well, guess we'll have to see what happens. 15 days out. The blocks, the chain split's scheduled to happen around the 25th of October. That may change ever so slightly one day forward, or probably later, potentially, depending on when the blocks are actually mined. But currently it's scheduled to happen right on the 25th. So Keep your eyes open, guys. Lots of fun times heading forward in Bitcoin land. 5,000 very soon in sight. Thank you for tuning in. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.